Welcome friends, today we will be talking about contrast because honestly I can't shut up about it in my live streams. Might warrant an episode. So I will show you why I am using 3 pencils and what kind of difference that makes to only 1 pencil. So let's get started.
This is as good a day as any.
To be able to show you what I mean when I say contrast is important, I obviously need an example. And that is what you see here created in the background. I went with a pretty easy model, nothing exciting here, and I will also not be going for maximum realism here. But what I did was I created the face completely with more or less the first pass. I took my hardest pencil, which I always take in the beginning. It is pretty easy to erase and it lies a good foundation, so I started doing that as I would with every other portrait. Important side note, if you use more than 1 pencil, don't use your hardest one already to the maximum thickness. The thing is that you layer the complete paper with that pencil and it's actually difficult to add other, even if it is darker pencil on top of it. Let me show you in this little corner down here what I mean with that.
This morning has so clear a light.
That is also what I did here. I did not use maximum pressure and therefore did not achieve maximum darkness yet here with the hardest pencil that I'm using right now.
We're 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, all that ever was is a race.
Then I went and divided the face into different sections and decided which one would be a low, medium and a high contrast one. I tried to make them equally as exciting, so to speak. So I divided the eyes so that we have every kind of contrast area within at least a part of an eye. The same with the mouth more or less and the nose. And then I went and started to shade them with maximum darkness, which is allowed by the appropriate pencil I was using. In the low contrast, just the hardest. In the middle contrast, the hardest and the little bit softer one. And in the high contrast one, all 3 of them.
It's a good day to
My camera actually tries to fix a couple of the contrast issues automatically, so I'll show you what I mean on the still pictures in the background. So let's start with this eye. You have on the right side the low contrast and on the left side the medium contrast pencil. So on the right side I only use the HB mechanical pencil, which I like to use anyway as the first pencil. And my second pencil is an HB, a quite better pencil. It achieves much better darkness, but also it is less glossy. And you can already see quite a difference in contrast. On the right eye you have my a little bit better pencil and you have the Blackstone pencil, which I really love. It is really black, it is really dark and it's really matte. And you can see there's also again quite the increase of contrast. And in that regard you just receive a lot more 3-dimensionality. If you look at the left side low contrast and the right side high contrast area in this picture, it is very clear what you can achieve with increasing your contrast in your pictures. The easiest way is to use different pencils as I showed you. Of course you can also achieve it with just one very dark pencil, which you're using very carefully in the light areas. But I prefer this method. So what I want to say with this is, if you're only using 1 pencil, that's completely fine. But if you think your pictures lack a little bit of something and you don't really know what it is, try just to increase a little bit of contrast. Easiest way to do that is with additional pencils of different strength. That might add to your picture that little bit of magic you were looking for. I hope I could help you out with this. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up, perhaps even subscribe. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the